done. Your performance thus far has been excellent. I must say you've exceeded my expectations.
Thank you, Professor.
However, that does not mean you should become complacent. Your education is only just beginning. To truly succeed at Hogwarts, you must be willing to challenge yourself.
I'll do my best, Professor. You're starting an art club, Lottie?
I'm trying to, but so far the response has been... less than enthusiastic. Some seem interested in picking up a brush, but the second I mention researching the Hogwarts portraits, their eyes always glaze over.
You just have to show them how interesting it can be. Know of any portraits with tragic backstories, depictions of unsung heroes?
Come to think of it, yes. If you're not too busy, could I take you on the rounds to get your feedback on a few options? I'm quickly realizing that my idea of interesting is very different from most.
Of course, Lottie. Anything to help get your art club off the ground. Let me drop off my books and I'll meet back up with you.
Oh, you're here. What do you think of this painting?
I think... Well, if I'm being frank, I think it's quite soppy. Sorry.
I could see how you'd feel that way at first glance, but why don't you take a closer look?
Are there two wands in her hand?
Yes, good catch. This is a portrait of Etheldreda Bloodworth, who discovered that her fiancé was pursuing the dark arts in order to get revenge against the Muggles who killed his mother in the witch hunts. It depicts the moment immediately after she was forced to raise her wand against him.
I can't imagine how conflicted poor Etheldreda must have felt. It's no wonder she looks so upset.
I've always said that we can learn a lot about the past, present, and even the future from portraits, if we're willing to listen.
Well said, young witch. It has been quite some time since a student took such interest in us portraits. Not since that Simon Talmadge lad, I believe.
Simon? Did you say Simon?
Gosma, you know who Lady Etheldreda's talking about?
Oh yes, we're the best of friends. Or rather we were, 183 years ago. Oh, for some reason, everyone tends to suddenly remember stuff they have to do when I come around. But not Simon. We talk and play for hours. I even showed him my third favorite hiding spot, the one hidden behind the painting of...
Wait a moment. Did you say there's a secret room behind a painting?
Not just a room, a whole corridor full of them.
That sounds perfect for your art club, Lottie. If you tell people that you meet in a secret clubhouse, everyone's going to want to join. Gossamer, where exactly is this hiding spot of yours?
I'll show you. Come, come.
Hi, how are you? And it's always good to talk to the students. How have you been this year? Just okay? Alright, stop chatting with an old portrait. Go create some of your own memories. This is the value of campus life.
This is it! Behind this painting is a corridor full of rooms, each grander than the last. Though it seems different from what I remembered.
This is exactly what I need to drum up interest in my art club, Gosma. So, how do we get in?
Sorry, I just can't shake the feeling that something's missing from this painting. Now, what did you say again?
I asked how we get the painting to open up.
Oh, that. Haven't a clue.
How do you not know? It's your third favorite hiding spot, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not as if I've actually had to use the door, being a portrait and all. Though I do vaguely recall Simon placing an enchantment on the portrait to keep telltales out.
I wonder if you have to say a password or perform some sort of action to enter, like you do to get into the house common rooms.
Why don't we ask the nearby portraits if they remember anything? If Simon's as memorable as Etheldreda made him seem, it's possible we could pick up a clue or two.
Yes! Simon Talmadge and his friends came here often. A rather eclectic lot, if my It's my understanding that they commandeered the hidden space behind the painting for their clubhouse.
Do you have any idea how they were able to get in?
The only thing I can recall is that the sleeping dragon in the painting would snort flame every time they entered, as if laughing.
Oh, that's right! There was a sleeping dragon in this painting before. Simon added it to this otherwise boring old landscape. I can't believe I forgot!
Simon Talmadge? I always thought the boy was a bit off. Once I caught him staring at the picnic, kept mumbling the Hogwarts school motto, Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, over and over to himself. I thought he had gone mad. I cannot say I was surprised when I heard what had happened to him.
What do you mean? What had happened to him?
Oh, excuse me. I think I hear someone calling my name.
Simon Talmadge. Now there's a name I haven't heard in ages. Poor lad had such a hard time fitting in, and the other kids bullied him for it. Got so desperate for someone to confide in that he made friends with us. Of course, being seen talking to portraits only made him an even bigger target.
Those gits even destroyed his paintings once. He was really upset, so I showed him this hiding spot to cheer him up. He was so excited to turn it into his own private art studio. But Gwydion...
Gwydion Idris. Scamp if I ever saw one. Always did the opposite of what he was told. Always managed to rope Simon into doing the same too. He was real charismatic that way.
So we know that this painting used to be a landscape before Simon added a sleeping dragon onto it, that the dragon would laugh before the door opened, that Simon had a notoriously rebellious friend, and that he was overheard mumbling Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus while viewing the painting. Everything seems to point to the dragon being the key to getting inside, but where could it be?
Perhaps it's been hidden. Let's take a closer look.
Oh.
Oh, the sleeping dragon's back!
But unfortunately, the passageway's still locked. What do you think we should do next?
Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus translates to never tickle a sleeping dragon. Knowing that he had a rebellious streak, I think the key to opening the door is to do the exact opposite of what the motto had. In other words, we need to tickle the dragon.
It worked! You're so clever.
Agreed. Nice thinking.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go in!
Hi, Robin. Is something wrong?
Everything is wrong. In fact, I can't imagine anything will be right again. And it's all my fault.
What happened?
I can't tell you. It's too awful.
Come on, Robin. It can't be that bad.
Oh, yes it can. It's terrible. Horrible, even. But if you must know, I missed the bloody bludger! I missed the bludger, which then hit our chaser, causing them to drop the quaffle instead of scoring the goal that would have given us a 150-point lead.
I'm sorry, Robin, but 140 points is still a big lead, isn't it?
Sure, as long as the opposing seeker doesn't catch the snitch. Because your teammate tried to cut across the pitch to help and instead knocked your own seeker off course.
Oh, that is rough. But it's not your fault.
How is it not my fault?
Well, it's not entirely your fault. I mean, it's a team sport, right?
Yes, and my team hates me. I'll never be happy again. My life is ruined. That's why I came to Hagrid's. I thought maybe he could feed me to a blast-ended Scroot. I deserve it.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure Hagrid will have something to cheer you up. Come on, let's go.
Again?
What's the matter, Hagrid? You look almost as miserable as me.
Oh, it's them ruddy gnomes. Been burrowing under the garden, chewing on the roots and putting holes in the pumpkins. Can't even tell till the damage is done.
Those little terrors. That's not how you carve a pumpkin.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Yeah, I used to clear out the gnomes in our garden at home all the time. In fact, I bet it's a lot like taking out your frustrations on a bludger. Might be good practice.
All right, then. I'll leave you to it. Just remember, they're more troublesome than they look.
Oh!
Incendio! Acromantula Venom. Ventus. Via Locomotive. Atmosphere Charm. Troll.
Galloping Gorgons! You took care of them gnomes in no time at all. Well done.
Oh, it was nothing, Hagrid.
Yeah, we're just happy to help.
I appreciate it. Oh, wait, you were coming to see me, weren't you? Did you say something about feeling miserable?
I was feeling a bit down. But it turns out taking on a horde of gnomes was exactly what I needed. I should be thanking you.
Oh, well, you're welcome, I suppose.
And if they ever come back, let us know. I can always use the practice.
Oh, hi there. What's everyone doing in the corridor?
Having a party. What does it look like?
A party?
She's being sarcastic. We've all had things stolen from us. Someone nicked my potion bottle not 5 minutes ago.
And someone stole the silver teacup my grandmother gave me. And someone was rude enough to steal my jewelry box.
I don't see what anyone would want with all of those. Unless... They're all rather shiny, aren't they? What if it wasn't a person, but a Niffler? I'm sure it's a Niffler. This is Hogwarts. Who would steal anything here?
I hate to admit it, but you might be right.
If Daniel's potion bottle was recently taken, I bet the Niffler is still nearby. I'll look around and see what I can find. Rats! It ran off outside. But it left a bunch of gold coins behind. And Ivy's teacup! Which means it's dead. I should return Ivy's teacup first. Maybe we can come up with a plan as a group. Well, it was definitely a Niffler. I found a bunch of gold coins. And your teacup, Ivy.
Oh, thank you so much. Did you manage to catch the Niffler?
Sadly, no. It managed to get away.
Maybe we could borrow Fang from that big oaf Hagrid and hunt it down.
I think that's a little extreme.
We could always try luring it out with something it likes.
Great idea. It left behind all these gold coins. I bet it wants them back. What if we piled them outside and waited for it to return?
I know just the spot. We can set them outside the dueling club and surround...
Let's do it.
Cassandra, are you in?
This will never work. I'll come up with a better plan on my own, thanks.
If you insist, just don't hurt it. Ivy and I can take the coins and set them up. Since it's already encountered you, it might run if it sees you.
Good point. I'll meet you there in a little bit. Good luck. What are you doing to that poor Niffler? I thought you didn't want to help us.
I don't. I just want my stuff back as fast as possible. So, I hunted it down, and now I'll be getting my stuff back. By force, if necessary.
Don't! You might hurt it.
That's its fault. It should have known better than to take my things.
take 3 of them on my own. But maybe I'm not alone after all. Niffler. Incendio. Pietotum locomotor.
Spiders!
Incendio. Niffler.
What do you... Now you're in trouble.
Bombastic bomb.
Monster book!
Acromantula venom.
What's happening here? I thought we were meeting outside the dueling club.
We were, but I saw Cassandra trying to trap the poor Niffler and had to help.
I feared as much. We came the moment we heard dueling.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, and so is our little friend here. Here, it gave me all your things back. Even yours, Cassandra.
I still think my plan was better.
That just leaves us with one more problem. What do we do with the Niffler?
Maybe we could take care of it in turns, so it can't get into trouble again.
No way. That's too much work.
I don't think I can either. Trying to make potions would be too dangerous with it around. Too many shiny things.
Me neither, I'm afraid. It just feels like too much responsibility. What if it went missing under my watch?
Well then, looks like you're under my care, Niffler. Come on, let's see if I can keep you out of mischief.
I hear that the professor will be teaching us about boggarts today.
Boggart? What kind of beast is that?
It's not a beast, actually, but a non-being. It transforms into whatever frightens a person most. Nobody knows what it truly looks like, which makes it even...
Welcome to Defense Against the Dark Arts. Here I'm going to introduce you to the mysteries of dark creatures. Today we are going to study the boggart. Do you see that rattling wardrobe? There's a boggart in there. It can take on the form of your worst fear. The charm that combats a boggart is the boggart banishing spell. Let us first practice the incantation without our wands. Repeat after me. Ridiculous. Inside this cupboard is a boggart.
The Dementor looks so real. I feel all the joy being sucked away.
You could do this, Lottie. It isn't a real Dementor, it's just a boggart.
I need to think of my happiest memory. Think! No, it's not...
Incendio! Bombastic bomb!
What do you... Now you're in trouble.
Ventus! Well done, Lottie. Look, it's working. It's confused.
ridiculous!
Fantastic! Lottie, you did it!
It looks so real!